Hey y'all, notice anything different? I completely redesigned the channel like I said I would in the last community post. I was not lying when I said I'd be grinding this year. Anyways, today I'm going to be creating new OC, so let's get into the video. First of all, Happy New Year! I know that it's kind of late into the year now by the time this video will be out, but Happy New Year, guys. So for this first OC, I was inspired by this guy. I was watching Brad Mondo and he was watching people dye their hair purple, and this guy dyed his hair purple and he had short hair and he put on a yellow jacket, and I was like, wait a minute, I have to draw that. So I made a character based off of him, and I obviously knew that I wanted him to have, you know, purple hair, a cropped yellow jacket, a dark turtleneck, and baggy jeans with patches and paint on them, and then I just added stuff from there. I feel like this whole video is just different. Like the characters I drew in this video are like so different than what I usually do. Like I went out of my comfort zone with the very bright colors, and I went out of my comfort zone with drawing full body because I like almost never do that. I tried different like coloring and shading techniques and stuff, and I'm really proud of these drawings. Basically, I love bright colors when I see it in art and other stuff, but for some reason I like never use them myself. I guess it's just because I always feel like it's so easy to go wrong and it stands out so much, and I always just go with more like desaturated colors. So I was really proud of myself for using bright colors like I like to. Also, I didn't use any references for the poses, which I'm not trying to say that like that's a good thing, but for me, I use references for literally everything. So I'm not sure completely how accurate these poses are, but they were fun, and I'm actually really proud of them for not having used any references. I used a reference for the hand at the top, but it was a picture of my own hand, which is something I also don't do often, like just take pictures of myself and use it as a reference, but I had to, and it worked really nicely, and I'm so happy. The only problem is that I wanted him to look like he was leaning forwards, and I didn't really realize till I was done like how I could have done that. It kind of looked like it whenever I moved his head down, like moved his chin to be over the like collar of his shirt. I think if I just like moved his shoulders up, it would look more like he's bent over, like, you know what I mean? But I didn't do that, so I'm kind of sad, but it still looks good and I'm still happy. I also did something different with like his face. I was getting ready for a video to do like face studies and like fix same face syndrome, and I took some inspiration from that and from the drawings that I made for that video, and I made him have like a monolid, which I usually draw like the same kind of type of eyelids for everyone, so I was kind of excited about that. I also gave him like a really big smile. I've always wanted to draw like big smiles like with teeth, like visible teeth like that, so I was really happy to do that too. It was really fun and cool. It looks so just energetic and lively, and like it has more personality than my other drawings and characters do, so I was really proud. Also, I gave him like really short hair, which is, I don't really draw short hair. Like I love long hair, especially on guys. I draw long hair on guys all the time. I draw short hair on girls because I think girls with short hair look cute and guys with long hair look majestic, so that's what I draw. But I actually really like this short hair. I feel like it really fits the character, and I think it's really cool. I should draw short hair more often. And if all of this isn't different enough, I have like low-key a script for this video, because if you've seen my other videos, I ramble a lot, and I've been like trying not to like go too off topic, so I sort of have a script that's very loose, but it's just giving me like what to talk about in case I forget or something like that. Like topics I think about as I'm editing that I want to talk about, I just wrote them down so I can remember and not just have a section of me just rambling about nothing for a minute. That might be kind of annoying to listen to, so yes, I'm fixing that. This like style like of editing and stuff that I have now for these videos is heavily inspired by this YouTuber I started watching recently, Emma Artley. I started like binging her videos, and I really liked like the aesthetic, and it was so cute, and I was like, I want my videos to have a theme, but I couldn't really think of one, and I was like, I want to also go with the video game theme, but I don't want to like completely just like copy or like just be a rip-off of Emma Artley. So I went with like an 8-bit type of thing, and I wanted to find like a frame like she does for like the drawings, and I ended up drawing my own. I don't really like it, but if you don't look too hard, it's kind of cute. And I made it to where like my little character in the bottom kind of looks like she's playing on it, so I think that's cute and creative. I love that. I love Emma Artley. You should definitely go subscribe, because she's super cool and super talented. I love her. I want to be friends. I'm kind of scared though, because I feel like for such like a bright and energetic style of like video, I feel like my voice or like the way I talk is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of contrasting, but it takes me a minute, but towards the end of the video is when I start getting more hyper, so hopefully it'll work. I did write a little bit of lore for this character, but I'm gonna sum it up a little bit. So my brother suggested his name should be Isuke, and I'm gonna spell it with a Z because he's self-absorbed, and he spells it with a Z because it stands out more than an S. That's why there's a Z, a capital Z on the pocket of his jacket. Isuke is a top model in Japan, and he's on a cover of almost all the fashion magazines, always known for his crazy poses and crazy facial expressions. One day he's told that he'll be shadowed by a young woman who is interning, and he's like, oh, whatever, I guess I'll entertain these normies. But once the day comes and he gets this intern who he thought was going to be so excited to meet him as one of the top models, it turns out she's not very interested at all, and he's very flabbergasted because of course he's so arrogant and self-absorbed that he assumes everyone is in love with him as much as he's in love with himself, but that is not the case, and we see where it goes from there. Oh yeah, and she wants to be a model too, but their fashion choices are very different from each other, and that's what makes kind of the like tension. I honestly whipped his lore up kind of fast, so yeah. But anyway, here's Isuke. I'm really happy with his design and his colors. He's just really cool and bright, and he has a lot of personality, and I love that for me and him. So yeah. The next character is a girl, and initially I wanted their designs to kind of go hand in hand, like a duo, but I switched it up like last minute as I started drawing because I wanted to draw things that I've never really drawn before, but I always wanted to draw after the first one, and I thought like it would be so cool. I mean, we're talking about fashion and stuff, and I think it'd be so cool to make a gyaru since I have never even tried to draw a gyaru before, and I thought it would be like really fun and interesting because like their clothing and their makeup is just something I've never really done, so I wanted to do that. I mean, like I said, I'm drawing things I've never really drawn a lot, so I gave her like droopy eyes, which I never really do, but I love droopy eyes, so I'm happy I did it. I wanted to draw, I rarely ever draw makeup on characters, so I was really excited to draw the gyaru makeup. And the clothing, I'm not an expert at gyaru, I don't know a lot about gyaru, so I wasn't super sure about what kind of clothes she should wear. They turn out like a lot different than what she has on, at least the colors do, so please have faith in me, but also have mercy on me, because if she turns out looking kind of inaccurate to gyaru fashion or whatever, I'm sorry, I literally don't know anything about gyaru. I just know that like it's a fashion thing, and I don't know if there's like different subsets or whatever you call them. I don't know. I looked up a little bit of references for like the makeup, of course, and hair and stuff like that. So actually no, I didn't look up any references for the hair. I did see one person who had two-toned hair, and that's why I gave her two-toned hair, but please have mercy. So I just noticed that her hairstyle was kind of similar to the little, like my little persona's hairstyle, which is because I became obsessed with it whenever I saw it on Pinterest, and I tried it on myself, and I actually really liked it. So now, of course, I'm going to be drawing characters with that hairstyle. I was debating keeping the cheetah print because as I was drawing it, I was like, dang, I don't want to do this again. But spoiler alert, I do end up keeping cheetah print in her design at least somewhere, which I feel like unless I like find a brush and just download like a cheetah print brush, I probably won't draw her very often, because on top of the not only the cheetah print but the zebra stripes and the fishnets and all the patterns she has going on, you'll see, oh my god, she's whatever. I'm just gonna download brushes because I can. I was nervous because I felt like as I was sketching, I had no idea what I wanted her pose to be. I kind of wanted her to be like kind of aloof or like a nonchalant character, but her fashion kind of like contrast with her personality, like made her pose kind of boring, but I wanted her clothes, her pose to be kind of boring, but I wanted her clothes to stand out. But for some reason I was having trouble with the pose, but I think it turned out fine somehow, so I'm happy with that. Okay, I want to talk about her lore like right now, so I have some time to actually get into it, unlike I did with Isuke. So here we go. So for now, her name is Hana, or like Hana, but Hana, Hana, and I'm thinking that, you know, she's a gyaru, but I kind of want her to be like Blasian. So do y'all know that one gyaru girl who's also Blasian? Put like her username or something, but I don't know, every time I think about Gyaru I think of her because she's like the only like Gyaru person I watch or like see sometimes. So every time I think of Gyaru I just automatically think of her. So I kind of am a little bit inspired and I kind of want her to be Blasian, but her mom will be like the black parent, but she's not in her life because reasons that I don't know yet, but I will figure out. Anyways, she's an intern in college and she loves reading magazines, and she has taken a special interest in Gyaru fashion, of course, and fashion design, and she makes her own clothes actually. But her dad, who she used to live with, isn't a big fan of her choices, but she makes her own money and she spends it how she likes. Her dad always told her that she wouldn't go far in life with her quote silly dress up games, so she made it her goal to prove him wrong. She wanted to become a model and be the next person to have her face plastered all over Japan. So lo and behold, she ends up shadowing a well-known model, and she's so hoping it'll be one of the Gyarus or just someone similar to the people she sees in the magazines she reads all day, but it is not. To her dismay, it's some random big-headed man who thinks he's all that, and she's not interested. He claims to be famous, but Hana has never seen this man a day in her life. Oof, this is a pretty humbling experience. Also, this is not like a romance story. I want it to be like a platonic relationship, like enemies to mentor and student. I don't know how to describe it. But it'd be cool if she ended up like making some of the clothes he wears, or like bringing him out of his comfort zone, and then he brings her more out of her comfort zone. He teaches her to be more confident and doesn't judge her style like others do, because you know, obviously he's been there too. So I think they'll have like a good little relationship that would be kind of cute. But I don't know, the story is probably not going to go anywhere. It's just stuff I thought of while I was making them that I thought would be fun to talk about while I draw them or show you guys the drawings of them. They'll be like my fashion OCs to experiment with. Like I want to draw them in multiple different outfits. I didn't really like her shoes. I kind of wanted to change her shoes, but again, I'm thinking about drawing them in multiple different outfits, so I will have the chance to do that later. So I ran out of script, so I'm just gonna yap for a little bit until I'm done with this drawing. Guys, my birthday's coming up. I'm gonna be 17 on the 19th of this month, so you should definitely wish me a happy birthday. I don't know when this video is gonna be out, but if it's out after that, then you should wish me a belated birthday. If not, you should wish me happy early birthday. What if it comes out on my birthday? Then happy birthday. Oh, look where we are. But anyways, here's Hana. I love her so much. I am so excited by her design, and it's so interesting and different from what I usually do. And I love that they're so different, but they're both things that I really like them both, even though they're so different and something that I never usually do. I love them so much that I made something for them that I think is really cool. Wasn't that so cool? Y'all, I made that on Canva, and it was my first time making something like from scratch on Canva, so I'm really proud. I even thought about adding voice lines, but I couldn't find anything that matched. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I put a lot of effort into it. Let me know your thoughts, and if you have any suggestions. I'm still experimenting with this channel, and as always, bye y'all!